Tacos, dude.
You had some time.
Starving.
Should have went to your Las Palapas, man.
Oh, I'll do it after work. After this.
Yeah, there you go. Get something to eat.
Get some LP, baby.
Yeah. So that was the quickest solution that I could find. I had this cable already at the table, so I just plugged it right in, and I had it hooked up here. So I was like, that's the easiest way to get the audio in here.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm working on your soundboard. I'm loading up sound effects to the tablet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a little device there so we can have everything coming out. The audio.
Something's different about there's something different going on. I can't identify what it is. I mean, it's good. I don't know, something different. I know it's like decluttered or something.
Oh yeah, good. No, I'm starting to clean up.
But I'm talking about right here. It's something visually is nicer.
Yeah. Yeah, everything. What do you call it? Your monitors are gone now. It's just you.
That's what it is.
Yeah. There's more space now. All right. So we got the chat lines open here. D-Lo's joining us from YouTube right now. He says, Kyrie and Luka are too fun to watch and not root for. Yep.
Are we just on YouTube today?
Yeah, we're also on YouTube today. Chris Gonzalez, who got their broom out today. Jesse A, what's up, brothers? D-Lo says, plus, would we want the team with the most trophies to get another? Charlie Hernandez is joining us from YouTube. Yo, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Charlie. Thank you all for watching this. Chris Gonzalez, Jesse A, D-Lo, appreciate y'all.
Man, already people coming on in.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. 4-day week, my man. 4-day week. Next Friday, I'm out. Not this Friday, next Friday.
I'm going to be out probably Thursday and Friday. Be in Wichita, Kansas, helping my son move. So decide if you want to do it remotely.
I'll be in Nashville. Jesse A saying I should say I was wrong.
Another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's up, South Texas? My name is Mike Jimenez. That right there is Joe Garcia, and this is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the home of the San Antonio Spurs, home of the UTSA Roadrunners, and all of the Mission fans out there. Hope everyone had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I'm kind of relaxed. Did a little bit of swimming yesterday.
Nice.
Really wasn't a 3-day weekend for me, my man, because I spent 2 of those days refereeing basketball at Mission Concepcion. 12 games done over the span of 24 hours, 6 on Saturday, 6 on Sunday. I am sore still to this day. But, man, I'm glad to be back. It's been a good morning so far. Joe, how was your weekend?
Busy, man. Really busy. Had a lot of things I had to catch up with, man, and just doing the dad thing, taking the kids everywhere they need to go and getting some things done. And my son's going to be graduating. My daughter has some stuff she has to do before she starts her new internship. So it's like they got me all over the place, man. You know how that is.
Oh, the dad life, man.
Yeah.
I was living it this morning because my daughter Ava received an award for being 6th grade honor roll at her school. So I was telling you earlier, I was like, I'm going to try to get there on time. But what happened? I was here early.
Yeah.
We got to chat for 10 or 15 minutes before the show started, which is not normal.
Yeah.
Normally I'm walking on in as the music is starting. No, but congratulations to my daughter Ava. I'm excited for her. Excited for my daughter Gabby, who, by the way, is in Paris right now.
Oh.
European vacation with her mom and her mom's boyfriend. They were at the French Open. She saw Stan Wawrinka beat Andy Murray in the first round of the French Open. So that was pretty cool. So she's sending me photos on Instant Messenger and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to vacation myself. My first vacation of the summer is not this Friday, but next Friday, going to Nashville for a few days.
Go see Jelly Roll?
Could be. So check this out, man. I want to go see Charles Esten perform. He's a favorite actor of mine, right?
Yeah.
He's really good. He has a new album out. 54 years old. Came out with his first album ever. He releases a lot of singles, but this is his first true album. He's going to be performing, but it's in the middle of the CMA Fest over there. So all the country music artists out there, it's like ACL and whatnot, but for country music. And yeah, Lainey Wilson's going to be out there. Jelly Roll's going to be out there. Keith Urban, lots of stars. So I'm going to play it by ear. And we'll be at the Franklin Theater Friday night, man. That's going to be awesome. It's like the historic theater. Dude, it is a movie theater that's also a concert venue. So only 200 people can fit in there, right?
It's pretty badass.
It's an actual movie theater, but it's a historic thing. Lots of old-time performers have performed there for decades. And I'm going to go check that out. Going to go check out the Rhine, go check out the Opry and all that. Super excited about that.
I think are looking at the chat right now, man, and everybody's what they keep calling themselves, Necios. And then Mario Cavasso says, "We are what up, Necios?" And then Sam Salinas says, "We are Los Necios." Maybe that should be the nickname.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind it. Because it goes along with Demon Mike.
Our Puro vibe.
Yeah. We'll just call them the Necios. That's
Los
fine.
Necios, Alamo City Sportscast Necios.
Yeah. Because it goes along with Mike Taylor and Thunderdome.
Yeah.
By the way, don't forget to subscribe to them in the building. They do a fantastic job, along with Rudy J. Don't forget to subscribe to us, because if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn the alert on so that people know that when the show is about to start. About 2/3 of the people who listen to the show listen after it's over. It's kind of interesting when you start seeing the numbers. We do this on YouTube. You can be part of the show by leaving a comment or 2 or 5. We'll read the best ones out there, help guide the show a little bit. Lots to get into, by the way. Also, we will be on Facebook and Twitter from time to time, maybe once a week, as we say, like from The Town, the movie. Got to give them a taste.
Yeah.
Got to give them a taste, and then move them on over to YouTube, because this is our home. This is where the Necios hang out at 10:15 Monday through Friday.
Yeah, we're already at 894 subscribers strong. We only got like 6 more to go before we hit 900.
6 more. Let's see if we can do that by the end of the month. We got 3 more days.
3 more
days. So
let
everybody out there tell people to subscribe to our channel. This is when I say our channel, I'm not talking about my channel. I'm not talking about Joe's channel.
Everybody's
I'm talking
channel.
about our channel, the Necios channel.
Yeah.
So what are we getting into today? Spurs fans, come on, man. We okay with cheering for the Mavericks right now? Because this was a big debate on Spurs Twitter over the weekend, and I have a poll out at MJ Acquire Taste asking the question, assuming that it's the Celtics and the Mavericks in the NBA Finals, who do you want to win? And a lot of Spurs fans are coming at me saying, nah, man, we can't cheer for an in-division rival, an in-state rival. And others are like, is it really a rivalry? That's kind of my opinion when it comes to it all. The Celtics are already in the NBA Finals after sweeping the Pacers last night, Game 4. Tonight, Game 4 in the Western Conference Finals between the Mavericks and T-Wolves. T-Wolves have yet to show up. Anthony Edwards still talking a little bit of trash. They're down 0-3. Trying to psych himself up. It's a bad look. So we'll get into that. You know what's a bad look? Angel Hernandez.
Oh, man.
The infamous Angel Hernandez.
F that guy, dude.
Retired from Major League Baseball. Considered to be the worst umpire in decades. Like, he is constantly rated as one of the worst umpires, and they never got rid of him. Speaking of getting rid of people, remember KSAT yesterday or last week, when they got rid of a lot of people? There was an article in the Express News kind of explaining it all, and maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. It just looked bad. The optics were off, but it was a bad look, but it wasn't as bad as it came out to be. It is bad for a San Diego police officer, because we're going to show video later on of a San Diego police officer, San Diego, California.
That's the demon time right there.
Yeah, demon time, because he lost his job because he was thinking with the wrong head when it came to arresting a nice lady.
That should be a stupid criminals bit, dude.
It is. Maybe we'll have some time to pay some homage to Bill Walton.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama talking crap 6 years later. I like it. I dig it. And you know what's there's this Twitter page called Spurs Culture, and they were making fun of Karl Anthony Towns and saying he can't believe that Cat calls himself the best shooting big man.
Yeah,
he is.
You're gonna give us the EFG?
Well, beyond all that, from 3, they posted a stat. It was so funny. They posted a stat. They said, from pull-up threes, Wemby is at 33% and Cat is 32%, and therefore, and I said, yeah, but when you count all the three-pointers, Cat was 41.6% for the entire season, which is elite. He's 40% for his career. And the response back I got was, don't come back at us with stats.
There we go.
Oh, my God.
Your favorite stat is the effective field goal shooting percentage.
You know, and it's because Cat had a bad game, bad shooting night, right? But that doesn't mean that he's not a 40% shooter for the year or for his career. He's a good shooter. He's an excellent shooter from three, especially for a big guy. So, you know, I kind of feel like we need to spin the wheel a little bit and see what do we want to talk about first. Let's talk about the NBA Finals.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
You were pissed off coming into this show because you were like, I cannot believe the Pacers did it again.
Yeah.
The Pacers got swept.
Dude.
Got swept by the Boston Celtics 4-0. Derek White, with under a minute to go, got the game-winning shot, the shot that sends the Celtics into the NBA Finals, former Spur Derek White. And they won 3 of these 4 games where the Pacers should have won.
Yeah.
In fact, ESPN analytics say that the Pacers had between an 85 to 95% chance, depending on the game and the situation, of winning those games down the stretch. 85 to 95% each and every single one of those games, and they lost them all. Celtics go on and sweep. But you were telling me that this is proven to you that the Celtics are not that good.
No, they ain't it, dude. They barely beat this Pacers team. You know, and this Pacers team, they gave up these games. I mean, they were in the lead, and they let the Celtics back in, and the Celtics basically did what they needed to do, showing that they're a team that has more experience. They're moving on to the finals. But the Celtics team is just showing you they ain't all that everybody tries to make them out to be. You know, they're coming out of the East. Yeah, they're probably the best team in the East. Okay. But then you're looking to seeing what's going on right now with the Mavs and with the Wolves. The Mavs are a scrappy team, dude. I think the Mavs go on to win the finals.
And it's funny because I was thinking to myself about the Celtics, Joe. I thought to myself, wow, Tatum and Brown are going to get their second ring. But wait a minute. They don't have any.
They don't have any, dude.
They don't have any. That's the knock on Tatum, that Tatum is not the top 5 player in the NBA because he doesn't have a ring. Dude, I think Jaylen Brown's better than Tatum. Personal opinion.
I think so.
But you take a look at what they've done. Who have they gone by? They went by the Pacers, who were without Halliburton for a game and a half, right? You have them going up against, well, Halliburton was just hurt most of the time anyway. They took over a Cleveland team that wasn't that good.
Miami.
And then Miami, who had a bunch of injuries as well.
Exactly.
They have cakewalked their way into the finals.
Yeah.
Meantime, the Mavericks, though, you know, they're playing at a very, very high level because right now they're playing a very, very good Timberwolves team, a Timberwolves team that is arguably the best defensive team in the NBA right now, and they're doing a good job against them. And I don't know if it's one of those things where I look at the Mavericks and think that they're an elite team necessarily. They're just getting hot at the right time, though, man. Like they're coming together. They took care of the Clippers in the first round, then the Oklahoma City Thunder in the second round. I saw this stat, Joe, that said that Luka Doncic has never been a favorite in any playoff series in his life in the NBA. Okay, let's go from the very beginning. The Clippers were favored to win that series because the Clippers had home court advantage. Oklahoma City was favored to win that series because Oklahoma City, if I'm not mistaken, was the 1 seed, had home court advantage. And then Minnesota, home court advantage. Dude, the Mavericks right now are defying the odds. Not only are they playing well, but they're doing this on the road, stealing home court advantage every single time.
Yeah.
It's brutal, man. It's brutal. And right now, tonight, against Minnesota, 7:30 tip-off, I was fascinated by the spread. If I was to tell you that they're going to play this game in Dallas for the right to go to the NBA Finals, Joe, and that Dallas won the first 3 games, including 2 in Minnesota, what do you think the spread should be for this game? Because I'm appalled.
I would give it at least 10.
They're favored by 1.
Oh, no, man.
Vegas has Minnesota plus 1.5.
No.
Dude, what am I missing here? What does Vegas know that I don't know? It's not like Minnesota's like, you know, like Denver, you know, never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not like that. Dallas has dispatched Minnesota 3 times.
Easily.
And they're finding ways to win the battle against Ant, win the battle against Gobert and Cat. They're making it happen.
They're just shooting right over them, man.
They're shooting right over them, and they're taking it to the hole. All those points in the paint that Dallas has. Remarkable.
Crazy.
And then Luka, by the way, game 2, when he shot the 3 over Gobert.
He cooked that brother, dude.
Dude, the cursing that he said.
In Slovenian.
Oh, that is crap, man. That is not Slovenian.
That's what he was saying. He's like, "Oh, I was cursing him out in Slovenian." I'm like, "Bro,
I was saying
reader.
Slovenian." Oh, yeah. No, let's go ahead and show my screen real fast. This knockdown that he had here. This is brutal. On Gobert, on skates. Yeah, no, that ain't Slovenian. That is an MFer and an FU. And you know what? I love this guy.
He's got some dog in him, dude. He likes to talk it up, after he makes those shots. But he can take it too, So it's like, all right.
Dude, I love Luka Doncic.
Hey, Luka and Kyrie, they've been cooking this Mavs team, man.
Dude, Luka is the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
The 2 best players in the NBA are Serbian, which I find to be interesting, because you have Nikola Jokic, who's Serbian.
Yeah, Hanover Fist saying Wolves might win. Lively is out tonight.
Lively is out because he got kneed in the back of the head. That was nasty, pretty scary,
dude.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Cat getting him in the back of the knee.
I think he's on a concussion protocol or something, man.
He is. But Lively's a good player. But at the end of the day, this is the home team, man. This is the home crowd. Everyone's going to be amped up, and this is to go to the NBA Finals. Now, the thing about it is this: Luka Doncic. A lot of fans hate Luka, Spurs fans anyway, because they're like, all he does is cry. Dude, that's what every single good NBA player does, is cry. Guess who else cried? Guess who's a historic all-time crier in the NBA? Top 20 all-time crier. Tim Duncan. So is Magic Johnson, right? The greats cry. LeBron James, all-time great crier.
Dude.
All-time great. We haven't seen Wemby do that yet. We haven't. But if you're to go through the top 10 list, dude, Kobe Bryant, big time crier. It comes with the territory. Luka Doncic is just doing this on one leg.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Can you imagine if he was healthy?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be the Mavs dispatching the Wolves by probably double digits.
The Mavericks and their roster right now. It ain't all that. They're just coming together. This is I mean, if I had told you that you were going to get lots of minutes from Derek Lively, a rookie, and PJ Washington, and you were going to have
on paper, you look at that
Daniel
team,
Gafford.
Like, nah, this ain't it.
On
dude.
paper, this is not a championship roster.
Yeah.
On paper, this is not it. I'm looking at their salaries. Luka Doncic makes the most of $40 million. Kyrie Irving at 37. Then after that, it's Tim Hardaway Jr. at 17, PJ Washington at 17, Daniel Gafford at 12, Maxi Kleber at 11. And then no one else after that makes more than 4.5. It's just 2 stars,
and role players,
3 dudes, and a bunch of these scrubs who are coming together and knowing their role.
Yeah, man, credit to Jason Kidd, dude. He's done a great job with that team.
Oh my God, you're so right on that.
I mean, Jason look at what he's done.
Jason Kidd, is he elite? Do we not know this?
Like, damn.
Jason Kidd being able to turn around, but to have one team that happens to have 2 of the 5 best point guards in the league in the same starting lineup, and they somehow managed to share the ball.
Yeah, they made it work, man.
Kyrie, well, here's the thing, though. Kyrie and Luka have something in common. Not only do they have handles, not only are they elite point guards, but they can do stuff off ball, man.
Yeah.
They can go and go around screens and just run around and make that all happen. And Luka is so cerebral. Just so cerebral, man. He gets people up in the air. People buy his pump fakes all the damn time. And Luka gets to the line all the time. Luka doesn't get to the line because he's getting superstar calls. He gets to the line because the dude tricks people into jumping up in the air.
Yeah, look at this. Van Stain says Kyrie never lost a closeout game. And then Sam Salinas says, what is there to hate about Luka?
There is nothing to hate about him.
Yeah, David Otwater says, first 2 games, Mavs won by 4 points.
We got some people already pissed off about my Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan would do the eyes, the bug eyes. It's the exact same thing.
Oh, there we go.
Exact same thing. But my goodness, Luka Doncic is fun to watch, man. He's fun to watch. We went to that game. It was me and you, right? We went to that game over at. Didn't we see Dallas play the Spurs earlier this year?
We went to.
That was our upper level seat.
Yeah, I think we saw 3 games.
Yeah. One of them was Dallas, and
Yeah.
I remember going to that game thinking to myself, man, Luka's just smarter than anybody on the court.
Yeah.
So I asked the question on Twitter: is it okay for Spurs fans to cheer for the Mavericks right now? Because a lot of people are like, "Oh no, we're rivals." Since when? We have one rival in the entire NBA.
I think they're talking about going back to like the Dirk Nowitzki days. Back
That was so long ago, man.
That's when they were rivals. You know, when they were fighting and battling the Mavericks with Nowitzki on there. You know,
but it was a friendly rivalry. It wasn't a heated one.
It wasn't like they were mixing it up with the Suns back in the day.
Right.
Hip checking somebody.
Hip checks and all that stuff. And they're like, well, Mark Cuban called the Riverwalk dirty swamp water. Well, it is. There's a reason why San Antonians don't go unless we have family or friends coming in from other cities.
Yeah, dip your toe in the water, Mark.
Yeah, would you ever want to get in the Riverwalk? You know why? Because he's right. Okay. The same reason why Charles Barkley is right by saying we got nothing but big women over here. The Riverwalk sucks. It is what it is. I mean, it's fun times if you go to Mad Dogs and get a few drinks, but to go check out the Riverwalk, it sucks.
You sound like one of them now. Go ahead and buy a Mavs jersey.
Okay, when was the last time you went to the Riverwalk, Joe? Like not for any other reason other than you just wanted to go to the Riverwalk.
No, I haven't gone. Probably maybe 6 months or so.
Like I went to Mi Tierra because I had family over here.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last time I went to Mi Tierra on my own. Like just because I wanted some food.
I don't go to Mi Tierra or Pico de Gallo, dude. I just don't frequent those places.
La Margarita's the best of the three, by the way.
Yeah, unless I have family coming in from out of town and they want to go ahead and do that. I'm like, all right, cool. We'll go ahead and go there. And they're not bad places. They're all right. But, I mean, there's more, let's say, local flavor that you can get in some of these little hole-in-the-wall places.
Right.
That are a lot better,
So far, we got 84 votes on my poll that was posted a couple of hours ago asking the question, assuming it's Boston and Dallas in the NBA Finals, who do you want to see win? 57% right now saying the Dallas Mavericks. Dude, it just... What's that?
Oh, JHNSB says, Mike hates San Antonio deep down. Sounds like...
No, I'm just honest. I'm just honest. Dude, if there was $100 bill floating on top of the Riverwalk, I wouldn't touch it because it's the Riverwalk water, dude. It's gross. It's gross. The Riverwalk is not much fun, and it is dirty water. It's gross.
Hey, they're trying to clean it up, though, man. Now they're trying to go ahead and put, I think they said freshwater mussels or something like that back in the water.
To eat the bacteria?
Yeah, to kind of clean up the water a little bit. I'm like, yeah, we'll see if it works or not.
There's that one time of the year where they drain out the Riverwalk, and you got all this crap in there. You got like tires and wallets,
chairs, umbrellas, also the phones. Who knows what else, man?
I mean, we're not as bad as Cleveland. Did they have like a river catch fire because it was all so polluted?
Dirty. I got to talk to my boy Jonas about that because he's from Ohio. Tell him, what's that dirty ass water y'all got over there, man?
Jonathan C reaches out to us, says you need to add holy water to fix that water.
Oh man, even that'll help. But
others are coming out saying that other people are coming out and saying that it's okay to cheer for teams that are in Texas. Now, I'll cheer for the Mavericks, but I won't cheer for the Rockets.
Nah, the hell with
that's
the Rockets,
the one
man.
that I don't like. We already have somebody asking about the finale of Love Undercover. Nataku, what's going on? Says, hey, Mike, how do you feel about the season finale of Love Undercover? My wife thinks Estefany was perfect for Sebastian. Okay, so that is the reality show on Peacock involving 5 soccer players, 5 soccer stars. I'm not going to kill the ending right now, but I will say this. Estefany was my favorite. She responded to my response on TikTok yesterday. That girl Nugget.
Damn, look at Midtown
Nugget.
Texas.
And was she perfect for Sebastian? The answer is yes, she was.
Midtown Texas says, I drank river water once as a dare. I was sick as a dog. I bet you were, man.
Taco Tuesday reaches out and says, Jimenez on Redfin looking at Dallas right now, LOL. Hey, man, I've thought about it. You know, I work in finance. I'd say about 3/4 of my clients are not in San Antonio. They're in Dallas. They're in Florida. They're in Louisiana. They're in South Texas, Corpus. Chris Layhout going, what's good, cabrones?
What's up, Chris?
What's up, brother? Hey, you know what we need? We need 4 more subscribers to get to 900. Sam Salinas says, it's like Mike Taylor says, any and all things Texas.
Look at EasyBX says, if you cheer for the Mavs, you're lame.
Then who am I? Then I cheer for the Celtics. What's so great about cheering for the Celtics?
You know what's funny too? That there's like this I guess somebody that's like an avid Lakers fan that I always see on the X, right?
Yeah.
And they're always complaining and cheering and all that for the Lakers. And right now in the playoffs, who are they cheering for? The
Mavericks, right. Okay, why are they cheering for the Mavericks? Is because they don't want the Celtics to get yet another championship. Because I think, are they tied right now?
Who is?
The most championships of all time? Or is it the Lakers that by one?
I think it's the Lakers that are winning. Because I think the ones that with the most NBA championships are going to be the Celtics and the Lakers.
So I'm reading something right here. It says the Celtics and Lakers have each won 17 titles. That's why the Lakers don't want it. Laker fans don't want the Celtics to win because they would then be the all-time greatest franchise of all time. But tell me, for those of you who are in the chat right now, what is there to hate about the Dallas Mavericks? I don't get it. Luka Doncic doesn't talk crap about Wemby or the Spurs.
Look at this. This is a good comeback here by MEZBX. You think the Mavericks fans cheered for the Spurs when they were winning? Well, Hell no, they weren't.
Well, when the Spurs were winning, we were rivals. We're not rivals anymore. We're not. We have one rival. The Spurs have one rival. It's the Rockets. That is it.
Oh, look at that. Taco Tuesday says Celtics and Lakers both have 17. Peace, man.
Yeah. The point I'm trying to make, though, Joe, is that the Spurs don't have a rival anymore in Dallas. It doesn't exist. Back in the day, you mentioned the Phoenix Suns. That was a rivalry. Our rival was the Suns. Back in the day, it was the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, or Kobe with Paul Gasol. Those were our rivals. Back in the 90s with Akeem Olajuwon, it was Houston. I never really considered Dallas to be a rival. Spurs won 5 rings. Dallas won 1. Wasn't much of a rivalry.
Yeah.
Animosity and hatred. I just hate Houston because Houston's a whack-ass town. I hate Houston. There's one city in the world, like one city in Texas, that I could not live in. It's Houston.
What is it that somebody, I think was it Taylor? I think it was Mike Taylor. Somebody said that Houston was the armpit of Texas or something like that.
I've said that for years. Houston's the armpit of Texas. That's a Michael Jimenezism.
Yeah.
If he said it, it's because he copied me on that one.
Hey, you know what else? I talked with my boy DJ LG. So he's going to go out of the country actually. So when he gets back, we're going to talk about doing a crossover episode.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
It's like those TV shows that have you have there's some shows like Friends and there was another show like Mad About You or whatever, where they were in the same universe, like it all commingled together.
Yeah.
We gotta say what up to rest in peace to Bill Walton, passed away at the age of 71, 2-time NBA champion. I've got some photos here on my screen.
Yeah, we got a new subscriber too, man.
Very nice. Thank you for subscribing. Very cool. Bill Walton. When you think of Bill Walton, he died of cancer, by the way.
Who would have thought that, though, man? Because you would have known. You wouldn't have known.
Bill Walton is one of those players in NBA history who is one of the what-ifs. The what-ifs of, like...
If he would have stayed healthy.
Yeah. Grant Hill, Derrick Rose, Bill Walton. If there was a roster of 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center of what-ifs,
yeah,
Bill Walton's the center. Bill Walton is the guy who had bad feet, and had a legendary college career.
He had back problems too.
NBA champion with the Portland Trailblazers. That should have been the first Spurs title, by the way. Legendary player, legendary broadcaster. He was known for being very eccentric. Kind of, you knew he was high half the time.
He had that personality, dude. Wearing the tie-dye, he was great to listen to. He was entertaining, man.
Now, let me ask you this, though, because you and I are of a certain age.
Yeah.
When you think of Bill Walton, do you think of NBA player or do you think of broadcaster?
I think of broadcaster.
I do, too.
He was just so great at broadcasting. He was always making you smile, laugh. He was just funny. He had that personality, that lend itself well to being in front of the camera. He just had that charisma,
6'11" out of UCLA, was there from 1971 to 74, the number 1 overall pick in the 74 draft. Those are the legendary UCLA teams back in the 60s and 70s. Played for the Portland Trailblazers from 74 to 79. From 79 to 85, played for the Clippers when they were both in San Diego and in LA. And he might be best known for his stint, backup with the Celtics, 85 to 89. 2-time NBA champion, 77 and 86. Finals MVP in 1977, the year I was born. He was the league's MVP back in 1978, made 2 All-Star games in 77 and 78. He was an All-NBA first team in 78. All-NBA second team in 77, 2-time NBA All-Defensive first team. He was 6th man of the year in 86. He led the leagues in blocks and rebounding in 77. His number 32 was retired by the Blazers. He made the NBA's All-NBA anniversary team, the 50th and 75th year anniversaries.
Damn, what a great career, man, that he had.
3-time National College Player of the Year, 2-time Final Four Most Outstanding Player, 3-time first-team All-American consensus, and his number was retired by the UCLA Bruins. Standalone as a NBA player, not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But you add the college, because, again, it is the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it's not the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we got a $5 super chat from the Drew Show. Thanks, Drew.
Drew says, if you live in SA or Texas and you say you are a Spurs fan, you are super lame rooting for any other NBA team or player. Drew, come on, man. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, and making it rain. You can have Sancha teams.
Hey, I got my Texans hat right here. Ready to go.
Because you know what? Because sometimes your team isn't going to make it, right? Now, there are certain rules. And you know what? Cheering for the Mavericks violates all the Sancha rules, because the Sancha rules are they cannot be in the same conference as you and they cannot be your rival, right? I'm going to make an exception because I like Mark Cuban. I like Jason Kidd. I like Luka. Kyrie Irving's growing on me a little bit. Lively, I like the story. The fact that they are the number 5 seed going on there and winning the 4-5 matchup and then beating the number 1 seed and then now knocked out the 2
I'm not
seed.
a Mavs fan. Like, oh man, look at this Mavs. I'm like, no, I'm just like, hey, this is a good team. They're moving on. Cool.
We're not going to go buy a jersey.
No.
But what I'm saying is we got to have a rooting interest. Because then why not? If we're only going to cheer for our teams, then why watch basketball in general?
Yeah, I love the NBA in general, so I'm going to watch games other than just the Spurs play.
And we have to pick a storyline. And me, I don't care, dude. I don't like the city of Boston. Boston's a racist ass city anyway.
They're a great sports city, though, man.
They are, but so is Dallas, because Dallas has the NHL, the NBA, and the
MLS,
MLB all making the finals. Cowboys haven't done it in over 10,000 days. Boston's is one of those weird cities, man. They are a racist town. The history behind the Celtics is extremely racist too. Dallas is the Mercedes of Texas. I mean, it's where the money's at. We talk about Austin having money. Austin has a crap ton more money than San Antonio, but Dallas looks at Austin like little brother.
Yeah. What do they call Dallas? The Metroplex.
The Metroplex.
Because all these little surrounding areas have just merged together.
Yeah, got Plano and Frisco and Richardson. And
they created
Denton,
that conglomerate, the Metroplex.
Arlington and Addison.
You said that's what's going to happen with San Antonio eventually.
Austin,
the Metroplex.
Within the next 5 or 10 years, it will happen. The media is going to converge as well. Speaking of media, by the way, remember that story we did last week about how KSAT 12 got rid of 6 of their longtime reporters and anchors? Talk about David Sears, We had Marilyn Moritz, Jesse Degollado, lots of big names from KSAT. Did you hear the follow-up to all that?
No.
Okay, so apparently it's not as bad as it appeared, because KSAT came out there and said that, oh, well, you know, they all decided to do this together by themselves, right? And people were like, BS, man, this is all ageism. This is all this, that, and the other. There's a report on the Express News about KSAT saying that all of these people, Jesse Degollado, Marilyn Moritz, who are the other ones? David Sears, who are the other ones? Mark Austin. Was it Osterhage?
Osterhage, yeah, he's gone, dude. He gone.
There's another big name that was on there. Turns out,
Osterhage. Who else? Ursula Perry.
Ursula Perry. Oh my God! It turns out that the parent company of KSAT has been doing this, has been buying out contracts, giving out what's called an retirement incentive. Now, the Express News asked KSAT to respond to that. KSAT did not respond to the Express News, but the Express News was reporting that the parent company of KSAT has been offering old-time reporters and anchors 18 months of severance.
Sign me up.
And 12 months of health insurance.
Sign me up.
Just to retire now. Retire already.
Yeah. It's probably because it's easier for them to retire than to keep them on the payroll, because they've been on the station for so long that they're probably going to get a lot of, let's say, a lot of that money they could spend elsewhere.
They got taken care of, man.
Yeah. I know they want to get younger too. So bringing in younger faces, fresher faces, paying them nothing, you know, and then letting them rise. And then what? You're going to let them bounce?
At some point, you need to retire anyway, man. 40 years in TV.
30-something years.
Same station. Come on. Get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
You know who else got the heck out of here? Angel Hernandez.
Oh, dude.
Angel Hernandez. Woo! By my man, Angel Hernandez.
They should have retired
Cuban
him long time
sensation,
ago,
Angel Hernandez. Angel Hernandez. This is great, man. It says some of his finest work. Angel Hernandez is considered to be one of the worst umpires
ever
in Major League Baseball history. Ever. He retired. Look at this strike. Thing's like a foot high. Look at that. It's a foot outside, and it was high.
Jeez.
There was a game last September where Angel Hernandez reportedly got 63 calls wrong. 63 pitches were wrong. He filed a lawsuit in 2017 against the Major League Baseball, saying that he was being discriminated against because he wasn't allowed to officiate World Series games.
Oh God!
Now, he has done World Series games in the past, like in the early 2000s. But player after player after player, Pedro Hernandez being Pedro Martinez, the legendary pitcher, have come out and say that this guy's the worst guy that they've ever seen.
Yeah, man, he's
in
bad.
Any level, minor league level.
Look at
MLB.
This. Chris Gonzalez, Angel Hernandez is Jimenez's
spirit animal. Dude, I can watch this all. Look at that. Look at that. That's a strike. Nah. Strike. Nah.
Nah.
And you want to know why?
I'm good.
You want to know why baseball's going to be going to cameras to do the officiating? It's because of this crap. I mean, in the same game, he would probably call a ball a foot out. Look at that. How do you call that a strike?
It's outside the box, bro. Come on.
And it's not like Greg Maddux back in the day when they say that Maddux used to, paint the lines. Angel Hernandez just sucked. And the fact that he sued Major League Baseball, apparently, just like Marilyn Moritz and Jesse Degollado and Ursula Perry, he got bought out. They gave him a retirement buyout to get out of the league. Please go away. Angel Hernandez, 30 years in Major League Baseball. Come on. Retired. Bought out is more like it.
Paid. He got paid.
Let's get some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs. Our good buddy, Jefe.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get him. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at JeffG Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Now, great article by Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 today, talking about Damian Lillard. Dame Lillard, baby. He knows what he's talking about, right? I mean, Dame Lillard, perennial all-star, one of the best shooters of the past 10, 15 years in the NBA. Well, apparently, he is coming out and he's buying all the stock on Victor Wembanyama, saying that Wemby might actually be the best player in the entire NBA next season, year number 2.
There's no lies detected there, man.
For the rookie of the year. We got to talk about that. You and I had this conversation last week about how I thought, and we had not even rehearsed this or anything like that. I thought that Wemby was basically the 7th best player in the NBA. I said that right now Luka and his other Serb, Nikola Jokic, were 1 and 2. Put either order. Right, we said Embiid when healthy. We listed a couple other names. Ant-Man.
Yeah.
There's
Anthony Davis. You had put him up there.
Well, I didn't have Anthony Davis over Wemby, but
no. After Wemby,
I had Edwards.
Yeah.
But I was going through the list of players. So I was like, you know what? I can conceivably, as of right now, May 2024, come out and say that Wemby is the 7th best player in the NBA. I did ask that to other sports fans this weekend.
Yeah.
And they were telling me that he's probably somewhere between 10 and 15. Like, nah, I think he's around 7 right now. So is it out of the realm of possibility for Victor Wembanyama to become the best player in the NBA next season? I'm going to say no. I think Wemby might become a top 5 player next season. But to be the best player in the NBA, I think he's probably 2 or 3 years away.
I think he's going to make a strong case next year. I think he's going to be a dominant force in the NBA. We've already seen the worst of Wemby in year 1. It took him a little bit of time to get acclimated and get going. But when he got going, I mean, he was a dominant player. He was a dominant force inside the paint, getting rebounds, being able to block shots, affect the outcome of games, putting the Spurs on his shoulders and saying, no, we ain't losing tonight. We're winning this one. I think we're going to see a lot more of that of him in year 2. And not only that, I think he's going to actually learn how to play a lot better with his teammates and vice versa. So I see a really good year 2 for Wemby.
He might become a top 7, top 5 player next year. Ain't going to be number 1. He doesn't have the teammates to do it with. He ain't going to be the number 1.
Keldon Johnson ain't going to do it?
Yeah, Keldon and Trey and Sohan. They're not going to get him there.
Your favorite Sohan?
You need to have an all-star around him.
Oh, man.
Elite players play better when they're with better players. You and I talked about this last week. Jordan had Pippen. Akeem had Drexler. Tim had Tim and Tony. Had Tony and Monty rather. You need to have good players around you who are also all-star caliber, who are also future Hall of Famers to become great. Luka Doncic has Kyrie Irving. Do you think Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA right now without Kyrie there? And you might ask the question, well, what does one have to do with the other? It has to do with everything, because to be considered an all-time great or the best player in the league, you have to win. Wemby goes out there, averages 28 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 assists, and 2 steals, and they get 30 wins. He's not the best player in the league at that point.
I like the Drew show. He's calling you a flip-flopper, just like Pledge.
What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You need to have the best players with you. Ain't gonna get there with Trey Jones as your point guard. Come on, get the heck out of here.
I used to like watching
Julian Champagny, Mamu. Man, when Spurs fans go get a hard on for Mamu, that shows you how bad.
Hey,
that's how bad Spurs.
Mamu has legit chemistry
fallen.
with Wemby, dude. He played better when Wemby was out there with Mamu.
Good God, that's how far things have fallen off.
You think Mamu on the court better than Jeremy Sohan?
The number of people I see on the on Spurs Twitter right now about Champagny's getting better. Julian Champagny's a fucking scrub, dude. Dollar. Dollar.
That was your boy.
He's a
scrub. That was your boy. What happened?
An absolute scrub.
Nah, that was your boy. You were like, that's your boy. What happened?
Okay, again, I ask this question all the time. Julian Champagny would start for how many of the playoff teams in the NBA right now? We had 16 playoff teams. How many would he start for? None. Trey Jones, out of the 16 teams right now in the NBA playoffs, right? How many would he have started for? None. Jeremy Sohan, out of the 16 teams in the NBA playoffs, how many would he have started for? None.
Keldon Johnson.
Devin Vassell might have started for 5 or 6. Might have started for 5 or 6. He's the only player on this team of substance. Gets hurt, right?
Yeah.
We got scrubs on this team. And them sticking together for 2 or 3 more years ain't going to make them that much better. Will they improve? Of course. But are they going to be like winning 48 games to get into the play-in tournament? No, they're not. No, they're not. People are saying that half the roster is scrubbed. Who put down Jeremy's at All-Star Weekend next year, Sith, to watch Wemby play? Midtown Texas with a $2 super chat. Mike Rant, F the roster. It's true. And the coach on the sidelines.
Got to make it rain here.
And the coach on the sidelines.
God.
76-year-old head coach in the NBA in the year 2024. Get the F out of here.
That's one of the things that I'm going to do for you. I got those little macro buttons that I'm going to put over here.
Yeah.
And when you go on a rant, I want you to push that button. So things will happen.
That's funny.
One thing that we got to talk about, man, is something that I saw here, and I was telling you about it.
Oh, is it the Wemby thing?
No, it ain't the Wemby
you know
thing.
what? Let's segue to the Wemby thing real fast.
You want to talk about the Wemby? You want me to put it up?
Yeah,
right.
real fast. Then we'll get to your other thing because it kind of dovetails into this, by the way. Wemby bringing out the receipts. Can you imagine seeing this response back for the person who posted this? So apparently there was a site that showed it says
This is on Insta.
It's a headline that says 6-year-old NBA prospect dominates grown men in season opener in France. And someone responded 187 months ago. Is that
187 weeks ago?
187 weeks ago. So is that 3 years ago? He says he's not going to do none of that in the NBA. And Wemby responds back 4 years later, why not?
Jeez, man.
That's a long time to be holding onto that one. That's cool.
And he kept his receipt and he clapped back, man. 187 weeks later, finally decided, hey, let me do this. Hey, but we're going to also talk a little bit about Mike Tyson, man, and what's been going on with him. You mean, we keep making fun of this fight with him and
it ain't
and
gonna
Paul.
happen, dude.
I mean, Mike Tyson, man, he's already he's up there in age, and look, and he just had an incident. Mike Tyson had a medical incident on a flight from Miami to LA on Sunday as he became nauseous and dizzy due to an ulcer flare-up 30 minutes before landing. They said, thankfully now doing great. His representatives have confirmed in a statement via the New York Post. And this was on the X from somebody that I trust when it comes to boxing news. It's Michael Benson.
Yeah.
So this is legitimate. It's not something that's just offhand, from a third party or what have you.
Yeah, so the whole Mike Tyson thing has been a joke from the get-go. And first of all, I feel bad for Mike Tyson if he actually did have a medical episode, because that's a legit thing. You're up in the air. You can't fake that if you're on a flight, right? So obviously there is something going on with him medically. But the idea that he and Jake Paul were actually going to fight each other, and even if it does happen, I've been saying this from the very beginning, Joe, Mike Tyson's going to get his ass handed to him. I said it from the beginning. Mike Tyson hasn't done jack squat since the Cowboys were winning Super Bowls.
Put some money
in the 90s.
On that. You need to make a bet with Spernandez on that fight. Yeah,
Spernandez would make that bet with me, but I think he'd be scared about it because it's one of those things where he knows. He's
a man of his word. If he makes the bet, he'll pay.
No, the scaredness isn't that he wouldn't pay.
Yeah.
The scaredness would be he knows that he'd be betting on emotion rather than his head, because Spernandez knows a lot about boxing, and he knows that Tyson sucks. He knows that Tyson, living off of a reputation from 1988 when Bobby Brown was on top of the charts. Dude, come on. It's been a long time since Every Little Step in My Prerogative. No. That's the last time that Mike Tyson was worth anything in a boxing ring.
He's got to dispatch him at least in the first 2 rounds or so. Other than that,
dude,
man.
Buster Douglas
done.
Killed him, dude. Buster Douglas ended Tyson's boxing relevancy the same way that Elin Nordegren ended Tiger Woods's.
Oh man.
You know, when Elin found out that he was cheating.
I think Tyson's career fell the way that Tyson's when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off and he just threw it on the mat. That's when it went downhill.
Y'all keep thinking Mike Tyson is from the 90s. Man can barely make a flight without having a medical episode.
I'm saying he's got a dispatcher. That's what I said. It's either the first or second round. If he can't get rid of him, oh man, it's all nah.
Sith asking, don't they need to pass a physical?
They do, man. I mean, Mike's getting up there in age. Bro, they even showed a picture of him when they're getting off the plane. They had the brother in a damn wheelchair, man. Like, come on, dude.
So all those videos that they've been posting about Mike Tyson when he's training, it's like right, all these moves that he takes. And I'm like, I saw a 10-second clip of him working out, and I counted like 12 edits.
Oh my God.
It's edit. It's not like a long 10, 20, 30-second span of him sparring or whatnot. It's him throwing 3 punches and then edit and then edit and edit. You know why? Because he can't do it for a long time. Mike Tyson's done. He's been done for 25 years.
I still think he wins, dude.
Dude. Killing me.
Yeah, I still think he wins.
Sith saying Tyson's going to be the first fighter that needs a sleep apnea mask in between rounds.
Jeez, bro. Hey, you know one other thing we're going to talk about right now too, man. This is wild to me. One of the wildest stories I've seen probably over the weekend is the Raiders owner, man, Mark Davis, 70-year-old Mark Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, his 26-year-old girlfriend, Hayden Hopkins, is pregnant.
She gonna get paid.
She secured the bag. That's what the kids say now.
She gonna get paid because he got laid.
Well, who's to say? Is it his or what's going on here?
I'm sure it is. I mean,
it is. Bro, the brother's 70 years old, man. It don't work no more, man.
There are 3.
Dude, it worked for what's his face? For Al Pacino. It worked for Bob De Niro. I mean, Pecker's work, dude. That's the miracle of Cialis, Hims, Blue Chew, and Viagra.
How many are you gonna take though? At that age, I'm like,
whatever it takes, dude. Look at her, dude. I mean, I know he's 70, but look at her.
The age disparity here, 70 and 26. It's like 50-something years, almost 50 years.
It is gross. I get it, but you know what? If I was 70 and I had a lot of money, I'd be trying to bang her too. It is what it is. No lies detected when it comes to it, dude. I mean, I'm not saying, here's the thing. Maybe he thinks that it wouldn't work that way,
No, man, look at this. Swiss Mark Davis put in that work. He should thank Blue Chew for that. Maybe they should rename the Raiders Stadium
Blue Chew
Arena.
Blue Chew Field.
Oh my God.
Hey man, props to him, man. It still gets up and he's knocking out hot chicks, dude.
Oh, this is a great segue.
At least it's consensual.
Oh. I guess, man. Hey, but you know what? This is a great segue for your next story. Oh yeah,
man. So Demon Mike time. Let's go and show my screen here. So back in August of 2023. This is according to TMZ. A police officer in San Diego, California, arrested a woman for an outstanding warrant. Looked like it happened in a shopping center. He's taken her to jail, has his camera still on, and they're talking a little bit. And she's asking him, "Hey, you married?" And he's like, "No, but you have a boyfriend." And she basically said, "Hey, I'm the phrase that she used was down to F."
Yeah.
So that
you can see it right there.
She was DTF right now was what she was quoted as saying. Doesn't want to go to jail. So what does he do? He turns off his camera, pulls into a residential neighborhood, goes into the corner somewhere, goes into the back seat, and has about 15 to 20 minutes of fun time. The thing about it is this. They did it in the back of the patrol car. Dumbass let the car lock on him. He was trapped in the back of his own patrol car for over an hour. Now, he called in and radioed in for help 20 minutes into the whole ordeal. But then the cops come in and he says, I need help. I need the master key to the police cars. Did not realize the police cars had master keys.
Yeah, right now.
Guy shows up. Another cop comes up with his body cam on, opens the patrol car. Had a little bit of difficulty, but finally, here he is. It's a boy. Here he is, fully clothed in the back of the patrol car. He says nothing happened. Guess what? They swabbed her. To quote Stewie Griffin, Family Guy, guess what they found? Semen.
Oh, man.
And this happened in beautiful San Diego, California. Thank you to TMZ for that.
That's the home of
Fernandez.
Yeah, man.
You were saying that she looked like a woman of the night.
She looked like a woman of the night, dude.
Okay, so another story that I saw on TMZ that I thought was kind of funny. Did you see that? Okay, so Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the most controversial figures in all of Congress right now. She's a firebrand. She goes out there and talks crap and tries to belittle people. She's a C word. Okay, that just is what it is, man. And so she pissed off a Democratic colleague of hers by making fun of her eyelashes the other day, saying that she had fake eyelashes and things like that. That girl clapped back. I think she's from Texas and said, "You have a butch body."
Oh, man.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says, "I just turned 50 and here's my body. Is this a butch body?" Dude, remember when being part of Congress meant that you had some sort of class? 2/3 of Congress right now are effing clowns, dude. And that's on both sides of the aisle. Goodness. Some of the comments come in right there. Chris Gonzalez saying she is a see you next Tuesday.
Oh, God.
Madrucho says Mike just spent 3 minutes belittling Mike Tyson. Now he's offended. How am I offended? I think it's funny. The officer got Susio from a Susia.
Yeah. Thanks, Tex-Mex Frank. That's pretty funny, dude.
So we got to pretend that Clinton wasn't get top. Man, Clinton had that dog in him in a weird way. I mean, like, at least, I guess you can say at least it was consensual, but man, he had a thing for ugly chicks.
Oh, bro.
Paula Jones. Now, Monica Lewinsky wasn't that unattractive. Monica Lewinsky was kind of like the big girl at the end of the night at the party. I mean, you wouldn't?
I'm like Mike, man.
I mean, even today, she's now 50 years old. She ain't bad. I mean, if she was a thirsty... Dude, if this girl was a thirsty horse, we'd be all about it.
Thirsty horse.
If she rolled up on you at Joe's Volcano back in the day, I'm not saying she's hot. What I'm saying is
there's nothing wrong with her, dude.
She glowed up, dude. Look, she got hotter with age.
Not saying that there was anything wrong with her.
I mean, look at that. She got a cut, got a blowout.
Oh, man.
I mean, like you wouldn't.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say she was bad or nothing.
Now, back in 96 or whatever, I'm not saying that she was hot. What I'm saying is that was right up Bill's alley. What's the definition of is? I don't know what the definition of is. That's one of the greatest lines of all time in politics.
Monica was a brown bag woman.
Garrett from the Netherlands asking, is Monica a nugget? No, she's not.
Oh, come on, Mike.
She is back in the day, like today. Okay, look at her now. 50-year-old her. 50-year-old Monica Lewinsky is kind of a nugget. Close. Borderline nugget, 50-year-old, right? As we go through these photos. Back in the day, she was that grenade that you jump on so that your friend could hook up with the hotter girl.
Grenade.
That's her friend, right?
Like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I gotta jump on this grenade so that my friends. She was the one where you had to go send a guy to go talk to her because she was mother hen, and she was gonna get all her girlfriends and make sure that her girlfriends will hook up because they can't hook up unless she's hooking up.
It's so funny, dude. Every time we start talking about the pendejadas part of the show, it seems like we get our most views, every time it goes to Demon Time.
Okay. Look at this photo right here, right? This is apparently at a movie premiere. Like, you wouldn't go home with that. Single Demon Joe wouldn't have gone home with that 20 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, dude.
I mean, get the heck out of here. She's a nugget these days. Look at her. Now, is this a nugget photo? No.
That hair's a mess, dude.
Man,
I don't know what's going on there.
She fixed the brows. She got better haircut. Got some sun. Lost a few libs. Lost a few pounds. Not bad. Way to go, Monica Lewinsky. Tim Gonzalez asking the question.
Oh, God.
Okay, Chris Leal. She was built like a chicken nugget.
Damn.
But now, she was a chicken nugget back in the day. But now she's a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Monica was a quarter pound with cheese, bro.
Tim asking the question, is she a 3 or 4 seed in the batting brackets next year?
But you know what? The thing is, you're like, you're going to go home or you're going to take her, you're going to pick her up or what have you. You got to have the game to take her home, bro. Does Mike have Pluto game?
Oh, for a Monica Lewinsky back in the day?
Man.
Yeah, easily. But Nugget, dude, look at the Nugget.
You said she wasn't a Nugget.
I didn't realize that she was bringing the game this hard.
Demon Mike would pay child support to Paula Jones. Oh,
that girl dirty.
My God.
That girl dirty. Monica Lewinsky probably should not be dressing in blue dresses. Goodness. We went off the rails on this one.
Oh, Popeye's chicken sandwich. God, bro.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
She is a Chick-fil-A deluxe. Who's the next comment? Not like she was on Ozempic fat like Kelly Clarkson, but everybody in chat would hook up with Monica Clarkson.
Damn.
Don't lie, chat. And Drew Show calling everybody else out, saying that we would all hook up with a 50-year-old Monica Lewinsky and a now 40-something-year-old Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson, by the way, I have always found to be attractive. When she was hot in the Since You've Been Gone days in that video, she was hot back then. Even when she was a big girl, she was like, well, at least she's got a pretty face. She looks hot again now that she's thinned out. But I wouldn't have passed up chunky Kelly Clarkson. Never would have passed that up. Sing to me, baby. Sing to me.
Oh, man.
Demon Mike. Sober Mike.
You got to be able to pull that, though, man.
Oh, she's a Texas girl.
No.
Just talk Cowboys and she'll be okay.
Kelly Clark. Oh, God. That sounds just like my freaking nephew, man.
Kelly Clarkson can get it.
Oh, like you said, did y'all realize that video where Chuck said she's not from SA? They flew her in from Dallas.
Yeah, that was Timmy's wife.
His girlfriend
at the time. Yeah, that was Vanessa Macias.
Yeah.
Very nice young lady.
Danielle Rose Russell is my celebrity crush.
I got to look that one up.
She is 50 out of 10.
Danielle Rose Russell. American actress and former model. Well, if she's a former model, I mean, it just is what it is. Just is what it is. Yeah, we got Demon Mike coming out today. I feel like we're missing a topic today. I mean, we could update the fact that we now have 89 votes in as to whether or not it's okay to cheer for the Mavericks.
Yeah.
56% still saying yes. And a lot of people coming at me right now asking the question, well, how can you cheer for the Mavericks when the Celtics have Derek White? I don't care about Derek White. Why should I care about Derek White? He's not on the team anymore. Like, that's one of the things about me. Whenever a player leaves the Spurs, it's funny how I don't care anymore.
You don't care about no Lonnie Walker.
I didn't give
DeJounte. Derek White.
I didn't give two craps about Tony Parker when he played for Charlotte. I don't care. Man, you're not wearing the silver and black anymore. I
saw pictures, man, over the weekend, man. Tony Parker's out with the new chick, man. That brother gonna catch something, man. He goes to women like
he's gonna catch a paternity test, man.
Tony Parker, man, come on.
You know what? But you know what? The guy's got game.
He's got all that money too, so that helps.
He's got game. But speaking of which, did you see on my timeline? There was a team. You can show my screen. When I was refereeing over the weekend, they went by Riz Elite.
Jeez, bro.
Riz Elite, dude. The number of Edgar cuts I saw out there was through the roof at Mission Concepcion. We had teams from Laredo, from Austin, from Houston, from Brownsville, from Corpus, and all over the San Antonio area out there. I officiated 12 games, 6 high school and 6 middle school. It was brutal on my feet, man. I hadn't officiated since February, but it was fun times out there. But I enjoyed that jersey so much. I was like, dude, I got to get a photo. And he goes, the guy goes, yeah, man, we're Riz Elite from the Riz Academy.
Jeez, man. The Elite. You need to go ahead and get a jersey that says that. That'd be a good name for a golf team.
Yeah.
You put a celebrity golf team together.
Yep.
There you go.
Dude, my feet were killing me at the end, dude. I think it took about 36 hours for me to be able to walk normally again. But it was fun.
Look at Sid. He said, and Edgar said he's going to catch you at Oyster Bake.
Dude, I mean, we had this one coach that was just so over the top ridiculous. So over the top ridiculous. And I told him, I said, man, it's one thing for you to complain on every single call. But when you complain about the calls that are the most obvious, you lose all credibility. And at some point, the ref just doesn't want to deal with you anymore. Now, there was this one parent that I called the foul on a 3-on-2 fast break, right?
Yeah.
I called the foul. Wasn't late. It wasn't late. Call. And I hear from the stands from this one woman, you better effing make that call. She said it, not effing, she said it all.
Yeah.
I reported the call and I said, who said that? And she's kind of like looking the other way. I said, well, I know it's you. Right? This is a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
I said, you are complaining about a call that I made on time.
Yeah.
You're cussing at the game onto the court for something that you agree with. And I told her, I said, and I smiled at her. I said, you understand how dumb that is? I was smiling.
Yeah.
I was like, that was not a late call. That was not, and now mind you, in a UIL game, I'm not going to address the crowd, right? Because at a UIL game, you actually have administrators there to quiet down the crowd. But I looked at her and I said, you are agreeing with my call and cussing at me because you agree. Makes no sense. I said, you can complain all you want. The next time I hear you cussing onto the crowd, onto the court, you're out of the tournament. Like, you will be escorted out the facilities.
Mario Cavazo says, Mike, the little girl gave you ojo. Better get an egg and rub it on yourself.
Yeah, I called an intentional foul on her. Again, being little does not give you the right to be rough. And being tall is not a foul. Dude, there was an 11-year-old over there, Joe.
Yeah.
5'11". 11-year-old girl, 5'11", who had an 11-year-old teammate who was 5'9", and the other team was complaining, saying that they want to prove their age. And I said, with what? A driver's license that they don't qualify for in 5 years? It takes 5 more years for them to get a driver's license. How do you want me to check on their age?
It's like that one scene out of the Benchwarmers. Check his birth certificate. Hands a paper over that says, I am 12.
Hooper Flash saying Mike is the interactive ref. You know what? I didn't go. I could have done it one of two ways. I could have been like a big old asshole about it, just thrown them out. $1. I could have just thrown them out, but I didn't do that. I smiled. I was very nice when I said it. I said, you are agreeing with me and you're yelling. I don't understand the logic to this. There was another coach who got mad, and I told him after the game, I was like, man, because you know what he got mad? Their team won. They won the championship game. They won by 1. But there was a jump ball with like 5 or 6 seconds to go. And I stopped the game, and the other official, we walked towards each other.
Yeah.
And we're trying to confer who has the ball next. It's a jump ball. So there's no you don't toss it up. It's possession arrow, right?
Yeah.
Well, at a gym like that, they don't have a possession arrow. I mean, it's a nice gym, but they've got like 10 courts going at one time. We keep a thing in our pocket that maintains on one side it's team white, one side it's team black, or whatever the case may be. And we know who has the possession. But because it was a 1-point game, we didn't want to inbound the ball to the wrong team. So we walked towards each other 6 seconds to go in the game. Who do you got? I said, I got team black in the ball. I got team black also. Great. We're giving the ball to the right team. Team black was a team that was down 1.
Yeah.
Inbound the ball. They took a last second shot to win the game. It rattled in and out. So the team that won, I thought would be excited.
Yeah.
And they were excited. But one of the coaches and one of the players, one of the parents, were all pissed off and started cussing at me. Like, you tried to give the game away to them. I was like, what do you mean? And they started yelling. After about 5 minutes, I went over to the side, was just eating a snack, and then I went up to him afterwards, and I said, hey man, I just want to make sure everything's okay. I said, I need you to understand how a possession arrow works. We do a possession arrow. And he didn't understand the concept. And I was like, dude, okay. One last story from this weekend.
Yeah.
Girl makes a 3-pointer to win the game. Team is going crazy. They stormed the court as they should. It was a great game. It was I think that was the winner went to the championship, right? Runs out of the court. Guy comes up to me and says, that was a great game. Gives me the game ball back and goes, I follow you on Twitter. You're Jimenez, right? And walks off. And I immediately called Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, and he doesn't believe me. And I'm like, dude, I always get recognized going out and about. Like once a day.
Yeah.
I'll get recognized somewhere.
He was saying that you just want attention.
Locked On Spurs. Oh, Jeff Garcia is already in the house. Please tell me you saw the video of Jefferson interview with Duncan and when RJ made an appropriate comment about TD's wife. Hilarious. I did not see that part. I saw some of it, but I did not see that part.
I saw when he asked him about his kids. Tell me about your kids.
He was like, no. So did you see that part with the wife?
No, I didn't see that.
I got to find that real fast.
I didn't have time to watch the whole thing. I was kind of skimming through it. But one thing that we got to talk about before we bring the show to a close here is we got to talk about the Memorial Day Miracle, man. That was the anniversary of the Memorial Day Miracle on Memorial Day by the great Sean Elliott.
Yeah. One of the greatest plays in Spurs history. I mean, I think that if you were to do a countdown of the 10 greatest plays of all time, that is easily the most. That is the one that comes to mind if you say the greatest play of all time in Spurs history.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest shot of all time is Avery Johnson, left-handed sideline shot, 18 feet.
To win the first chip.
But the greatest shot is Sean Elliott. And the best thing about that play, the official did not call him out of bounds. Half his foot is outside.
Yeah.
But he wasn't touching the ground.
And they're showing
legit shot.
We got to show it, man. There
I mean, he's on his tippy toes.
Here's the play unfolding, man.
That was what, 99?
Yeah.
Do we win the finals if we don't get that? Do we win the finals if we don't get that?
No.
How do you shoot a 3-pointer like that on your tippy toes? Like, did he always shoot that way? Because I don't remember him shooting like that. Or did he just know, man, I'm close to the line?
I think he just knew he was close to the line, and he was just like, I'm just going to take the shot.
Yeah.
Because look at him, great. Stayed in bounds. Amazing shot, man. I remember that because that was the year or the season. That was a lockout season. And the Spurs, they just had a different vibe, man. You felt like this team was going to do something once they dispatched the Lakers.
JHNSB says, I'm ready for some new memories already.
True that, man. We're ready for some new memories.
Tim Gonzalez saying that he was on the upper deck with his mom. That it was so loud at that game. I was not at that game. I was at the last game that the Spurs had before they went off to New York. That was fun because I remember seeing so many fans embracing each other, just strangers hugging, excited that the Spurs were going to go on and win the NBA Finals eventually. Do you ever listen to the rewatchables on Spotify?
I don't think I've listened to them.
It's The Ringer, so it's Bill Simmons and all them, and they talk about movies. They do movie retrospectives where it's like they talk about a movie that everyone has seen. So whereas I never watched certain movies growing up, they talk about movies that you have never seen before. I mean, that everyone has seen rather, but they talk for like 2 hours dissecting the movie, and they go in depth into it all. One of the questions that they ask is, if you could take anything from the set of the movie, what would you take?
Yeah.
It's a question they always ask, right? So like if you were to watch the movie, I don't know, give me let's say that the movie is Gladiator.
Yeah.
What would you want to take off the set? Well, I'd want to take the sword, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Any movie, Shawshank Redemption, I would take a chess piece, right?
Yeah.
What artifact would you want? If you could go back in time about any Spurs artifact, wouldn't it be the Sean Elliott shot? Like that ball?
Yeah, that ball would be amazing, dude. Or the game-worn jersey or the kicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or even like what would be cool is even the floor itself, man. I miss that floor.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great floor.
It's a great floor.
The fast breaking Fiesta floor.
Yeah, man. They need to bring that one back. I know that they do other things now, with trying to modernize what they have now with the Fiesta Flare.
Yeah.
But that court was iconic, man. I want to see that court back.
I like it.
Again.
I agree with you.
Chris
Gonzalez asking the question, what would Jimenez take from Big Trouble in Little China? I would like to get those 2 hours of my life back. They asked the question, one of the last episodes of the rewatchables was about the movie Jerry Maguire. 2 questions about this, Joe, that they pose on the podcast. Jerry Maguire. Would the movie be as good if it had a different name? Like, if it wasn't called Jerry Maguire and it was called Show Me the Money.
Yeah.
Would it be just as good of a movie? Or does the name Jerry Maguire go with how good the movie is? If it was called The Quan, if it was called Show Me the Money,
yeah,
or Help Me Help You, would it be any good, as good? Or did the name Jerry Maguire have something to do with how good that movie was?
I think the name had something to do with how good the movie was.
I think so too. The other question they had was, they basically said that they claim that this movie had 19 iconic lines and that it might be the most quoted movie of the 90s. Yeah. Did it really have 19 iconic lines?
It had a lot of lines in it, dude, that really like transcended,
So I'm looking them up right now. The Jerry Maguire iconic lines include Show Me the Money.
Okay.
So they said, think about all the lines that this movie had. You had me at hello. Help me help you. The human head weighs 8 pounds.
I remember that, the kid.
I mean, there's just so much going on there. The iconically, we just Show Me the Money. 24 hours ago, I was hot. Now I'm a cautionary tale. Towel? No, I air dry. Help Me Help You was one. I'm Trying to Raise a Man. That's an Audrey Hepburn movie. I shoplifted the Pootie.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. So then the other question that they had in there was movies that are named after the title character. Is this the greatest movie named after a title character?
I would have to say, I think so.
Like, dude. Rocky Balboa, the movie is named after Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. Rocky Balboa was a good one. I mean, Rocky. Yeah, it was named after Rocky Balboa, but Rocky was a good movie.
I don't know, man. I think it's fine. Like, I'm looking at a list of movies named after the title character. Some include Carrie, Donnie Brasco, Forrest Gump.
You still haven't seen that movie, have you?
Have not. Forrest Gump, Jackie Brown. We talked about Jerry Maguire, John Carter. I don't know. I find this to be really fascinating. But why?
There's your boy Booger.
Freaking
Booger.
Oh, mother trucker.
Oh, God.
Hey, thank you for everyone who has been watching today. I know we just get a little bit crazy. We're going with the Necios, right?
The Necios, Los Necios.
And we are at 895 strong.
Yep. We're 895 because we picked one up right here during the
895 strong, 5 away from 900. That means everyone needs to share this. Everyone needs to tell a friend, tell a coworker, let them know that we're here, that the Necios come to play from 10:15 to about 11:30. Aside from that, man, hope everyone has a fantastic day. Again, subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell a friend. Tell a parent. Tonight, Game 4.
It's going to be sweet.
T-Wolves. Mavericks are by 1.5.
You can get the broom out?
Yeah, going to get the broom out. Going to get the broom out.
We should do a bit with the dogs. Who's going to win the NBA Finals?
Oh, like the dog that hits the...
Yeah, I have just put like 2 pieces of paper there and have like Celtics or Mavs and see which one Duncan picks.
Duncan's a good dog. I'm going to go home to Duncan right now. Everyone have a fantastic day. My name is Mike Jimenez. It's Joe Garcia. Again, don't forget to subscribe to Locked On Spurs, Ken's 5, Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. We'll be back tomorrow.